Hello, I am Candice Oneida, CEO and founder of Feminine Success and the Feminine Success Secrets YouTube channel. What I'm here today to teach you and show you is how to prepare yourself energetically for a circle, a workshop, or an event that you're about to lead. Now, having led workshops and events for over 20 years, I've developed certain methods with which to prepare myself energetically for an event or a circle. So really what I'm here today to do is to show you some of my inner world secrets as to how to do that. Now, I teach women, entrepreneurs and executives how to become powerfully feminine. Essentially, I do that by showing them what I call the 5 core feminine arts. The art of polarity, the art of power, the art of desire, the art of receptivity, and the art of pleasure. Now, what I'm going to reveal to you today is how to embody the transformation that you are promising the group in front of you. Now, essentially, I want to make clear that this is not an intellectual or a mind power exercise. This is really the power of embodying your genius zone. So I'm assuming as you come here today that you already know what your genius zone is and that you are just passionate and that you really desire to transmit this to the people in the room. So learning how and what your genius zone is another exercise, and that's not what we're going to be doing here today. What we are going to be doing is based on a really core premise that I pass in my trainings, which is we need to embody first the transformation that we are promising the people in front of us. Let me repeat that. We need to embody and incarnate the transformation that we are promising the group in front of us. Now, essentially what this is you need to be owning and embodying and incarnating what you are trying to talk about and bring and teach to the room in front of you. Now, this is whether you're teaching a 40-minute speaking gig or a 1 or a 3 or a 7-day immersion. I've done many of those over the years, and so what I'm going to be showing you is how to prepare that energetically. So you're coming here today, I'm assuming you know what your genius zone already is. If you don't, then you can have this for the future once you've assessed that and asserted that in yourself. It's Maya Angelou that is quoted as saying, "People don't remember what you do or say, but they will remember how you make them feel." Now, in order to make them feel something that's memorable, you need to be feeling it in yourself first. So let's be clear, I'm not talking about overcoming fear and nerves and butterflies before you teach. In fact, I'm going to show you a bit here today about how to work with that. Now, I still feel that nervousness, the butterflies, the anticipation, a little bit of anxiety just before I teach, whether it's the 40-minute, the 1 hour, or the 3-day or the 7-day intensive. So it's actually an important thing to recognize in yourself, because the thing is, the butterflies, this shaking in your energy, is a sign of something that's awake inside you. Something that's kind of both on the edge of anxiety, anticipation, and excitement. So if you really love what you do, you're going to feel all of those things because, you really want people to have a real experience. You really want people to transform. It's coming from this desire to be effective, okay? I get that. I'm the same. So for the first 10-15 minutes of any time I teach, I feel that too. And then something starts to settle and sink in. So we're going to work with that edge because there's something really powerful in that edge. There's something awake, there's something alive that's wanting to move through you. Now, I'm really going to be talking to you about, in terms of technique, about how to prepare yourself before that, because that's still going to come up, okay? So we're going to use these embodiment techniques that are essential and central to the Powerfully Feminine Intensive that I teach women. So embodiment as a woman is core and central. This is not about the mind, it's not about mind power or belief or anything like that. It's literally about learning how to embody the transformation. You, as the leader of the workshop, embody it, bring it into yourself, into your body and your energy, in so much as that you are then able to transmit this transformation to the people in the room. You cannot transmit it just intellectually, especially if you're doing work with women on feminine power, anything to do with working with women. We are really, really about the energetic side of things, okay? So, and the beauty of being in some sort of circle or event or workshop is it's innate to us as women to bring things into a circle and into a group. This is something that we know. And in fact, the more you get used to doing this, the more you're probably going to feel in yourself as a leader that this is where you can actually give the most. Now, a lot of my world, a lot of my trainings are international. So essentially I have to do things online and virtually and all that. But I always get them to come to an intensive at some stage because it's there that we get to share ourselves, to be vulnerable, to be open, and to be also incredibly receptive to what's happening in the room. So essentially what I'm here to do today is to show you and teach you how to embody the transformation or the promise that is the underlying thing that you're trying to bring into the group and the event. After our time together here today, I'm going to offer you completely free my desire archetypes, or what is your desire archetype quiz that is super fun and super revealing. And I'm also going to give to you the feminine archetypes blueprint just for being here today in the training. Okay, so let's start here. I'm going to ask you now to close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes in order that you can go inside, and I want you just to feel into your own path. The path that brought you here to this moment, right now. I want you to feel into the trials and tribulations that brought you to this knowing, this knowledge, this transformation, and the passion with which you want to bring it to others. Feel that inside you. Remember the things that brought you to this moment. Let's use the power of the breath to breathe it down into the body. And breathe in. And breathe out. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in. And breathe out. And this time as you breathe in with gratitude for all of those things, the good, the bad, the ugly, the trials, the tribulations, the grace, and the joy. And in this last moment, let's just give thanks to the divine plan for you. Your uniqueness in this divine plan, and your uniqueness in what it is that is your genius, and that these trials, tribulations, and the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the joy, and the revelations have brought you to today. Thanking the divine plan for all of it. Breathing in and breathing out. And opening your eyes. Now I'm now going to move you into some exercises with the body to show you how to incarnate and bring inwards even more that transformation into your body prior to your event. Okay, so next I'm going to get you to put your hands facing inwards over your belly, your lower belly. You can keep your eyes closed, or you can check in with what I'm doing here. And what I want you to do is to feel how the hands are reflecting your womb, your belly, your divine feminine pussy power back to you. So this is a feeling thing. It's not something you're doing with your mind. It may be easier for you to have your eyes open to do that. It may be easier for you to have your eyes closed. It's a feeling thing. We embody through feeling, not through thinking. We disembody through thinking. We embody through feeling. So let's feel what the hands are reflecting, how it feels in your belly right now. Now, if it's just prior to the event, you may be feeling those butterflies. You may be feeling that excitement, that nervousness. And know that this is a force of energy that is awake inside you. We want that to be awake. We want that for you to feel alive. It's very alive when you feel nervous. And the more you allow yourself for that to be there, anything to be there, lack of confidence, nervousness, am I going to be effective? This is all very real and very human, and I can promise you the world's greatest workshop leaders and speakers feel this every time before they get on stage. Every single time. So let's breathe into the belly. So we're breathing downwards now, as if there were lungs beneath your hands, okay? So my hands in the belly, as if there were lungs beneath the hands. Breathe down. And in breathing down like this, you're actually going to be able to connect to that energy and it not take you out of the body. It's going to take you into the body. And this is what we want to happen prior to the event. And as you're breathing into the belly, you are incarnating your divine plan, your genius zone. You're incarnating your experience and your passion and your purpose. Let's make some sounds audibly. Breathing in. Let's do that a few more times. As you breathe in, you make the sound. You into the belly. Breathing in. And again, breathing in. Good job. Now, if you're doing this just prior to the event, you should be feeling a little bit more expanded. This is the strange thing that doesn't make sense from the mind level about embodiment, in that the more you bring your power, your presence, yourself into the body, the more you start to expand your presence. Now, this is really important because it is that expansion of your presence that spreads into the room, into the circle, into the auditorium. And that expanded version of you is what provides the transmission of the forces and the power that you hold inside yourself. It is this that facilitates the transformation. It is this that they will remember because it will make them feel something in themselves. It provides permission for them to go there in themselves, for them to feel the expansion, for them to shine their own genius. One more breath. Beautiful. Good job. Good job. All right, one more little exercise to really get yourself into the fluid movement aspect of feminine power. So you can keep your hands on the belly if you like, but you can also take them off. I like to have them off for this exercise. And what we're going to do is just going to have your feet, you can't quite see that in this shot, but my feet are sort of shoulder width apart. And I'm also barefoot. I like to be barefoot for these preparatory exercises, whether you are barefoot on stage or you like to wear your highest heels, it's fine, all is good. But for this particular exercise, I like to be barefooted so that we are feeling the feet on the ground, on the earth where you're standing. And then you're also going to feel the very center line. Okay, so we're going to feel the center line from the very top of the head, the crown, down through third eye, through the heart center, through the belly, and through the pussy, down through your cervix, vagina, and the base of the body at the perineum, and then down through in between the feet. So let's just have a little minute of just feeling into that. Crown, third eye, throat center, heart center, down through the belly, solar plexus, belly, all the way down through your pussy and down to the very center. And you can extend this sense of this line downwards, this column below. And then you've got your feet on either side of that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do infinity circles through that line. So I'm drawing with my hands now, line in the center, the feet on each side. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the hips as the way to sort of circle around that infinity line, tracing infinity. You're not pushing anything, you're just feeling into it. Infinity. The feet are going to rock on each side a little bit as you do this. And this is so good because the feminine is all about movement to the masculine that is about stillness. We need both. But if you want to get things moving inside you so that you can feel alive and that you can, in your juicy sense of self and power, you can transmit this to others. Let's just feel the movement. Now, and this is doing it in silence without music. Now, I use a lot of sound and music in my trainings, a lot of dance, a lot of movement. But there is also power in doing this in silence because it allows you just to be with yourself. There is nothing outside of you. It's just you, your body, your purpose, your power. I like to have my hands off the body so that my arms and my upper body can kind of rotate with this movement. Infinity circles, tracing them on the floor like this. Ooh. Something starts to open up in the lower back. You want all that to be untrapped prior to teaching your thing. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. That's it. I'm feeling you, sister. Hope you're feeling me. Let's finish the last little circle there, and then we'll come back to the center. And with your hands, like I'm doing, we're going to create a grounding back down through the hands, and we're going to bring the hands back to the belly. As in recollecting all of that juicy power and energy back into your pussy. One more breath. Actually, one more breath. Beautiful. Now, do you think you're going to be able to do those exercises? They're very simple. And remember that simple is often the most powerful. It doesn't need to be complex. Complexity sometimes takes us into the mind. And in the light of what we're doing here today, it's about the body, about feeling, about incarnation. And let's keep it simple. Great job. I hope you really got a lot of value out of that. I'm going to give you a little secret here. Do that naked in front of the mirror before you even leave for the event. That's what I said. Do it naked in front of the mirror before you leave for the event. It's where you're going to be able to see your body and feel the vulnerability of what you're about to do. And if you don't have the opportunity to do that, then just do it in a room where you can find some quietude prior to the event. So as I mentioned earlier, the art of desire is one of the 5 core feminine arts. And what I want to offer you for just turning up here today is access to my What is Your Desire Archetype quiz, which is super fun, very enlightening. And I'm going to ask you to do the quiz if you want to. So take the quiz, and then afterwards just pop in your first name and your very best email address. And the reason for that is then I'm going to be emailing you and giving you access to the Feminine Archetypes Blueprint. Super, super important to understand first where you are in terms of your archetype, and then where you're moving to in terms of your evolution of your feminine power. So you're going to go to powerfullyfem.com/quiz to do the quiz. Enjoy it. I hope you have a whole lot of fun. I've really enjoyed being here today teaching you. I've given you some inner secrets as to how I prepare for my events, and I'd love to serve you moving forward. So I look forward to hearing how that's going for you. Thank you so much for your presence, your attention, and your focus. I look forward to serving you more in the future. Bye-bye for now.